Hi, and welcome to the Heart of a Perfectionist podcast. I'm your host, Tegan Thompson. I'm a book lover, a chocoholic, and an INTJ living in a world filled with extroverts. I made this podcast to share my experiences and struggles as an introverted perfectionist, and to bring the inner workings of an introvert's mind to introverts and extroverts alike. So grab a cup of tea and get comfortable. It's time to unmute. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Heart of a Perfectionist podcast. The Heart of a Perfectionist Journal is officially live, so I will put a link in the description so you can go order yours today. I'm so excited about it. And just let me know what you think about it. This week we'll be talking about instant and delayed gratification, and why building a tolerance to delayed gratification is important. So I kind of just want to start by talking about what is gratification. And so instant gratification refers to receiving immediate satisfaction, pleasure, or reward. And this often means you forego receiving a more rewarding future benefit in return for getting this immediate benefit in the moment, right? On the other side, delayed gratification refers to resisting an impulse to receive an immediately available reward in anticipation of obtaining a more valued future reward. So I want to talk about this Stanford Marshmallow experiment. You've probably heard of it before. If you haven't, I'm going to explain it really quickly so that you can kind of just understand what it was about. So basically, they used a bunch of kids and they put a snack in front of the kids, and the snack was either like a pretzel or marshmallow or something like that. And it was just one of them. And the researchers told the kids, you can either eat the snack you received now, or you can wait until I return to get 2 of those snacks. And in the results, they saw that many of these kids ate the snack immediately after the researcher left the room, and they were left alone, and they were like, oh, okay, all of a sudden, like, now I can eat it, right? While there were others that waited for the researcher to return, and they got 2 of the snack instead. So I kind of want to use this and talk about, like, okay, so some of the kids waited, some of the kids didn't wait. Why was it so hard for the kids to wait if they didn't wait? And why in our life is it so hard to wait for some things? So unlike this marshmallow experiment, delayed gratification isn't always so certain in the real world, right? For example, let's say you're trying to lose weight and you go to a party and they have a bunch of dessert, and if you don't indulge in that dessert, that doesn't necessarily guarantee that you'll continue to lose weight, right? Or that you'll see the results you want. Because sometimes people might indulge in those desserts and they will still be able to hit their goals, whereas other people may not indulge in those desserts and they still aren't able to hit their goals. Or let's say you're in college and your friend invites you to a party and like everyone's going and everyone's super excited about it. They're like, come on, but you have an exam coming up and you're like, I really need to study for this. So if you skip that party, you can still perform poorly on that exam, right? It doesn't mean that because you skip that party that you're going to do well on that exam. And this uncertainty that comes with real world experiences is what makes it harder for us to give up the immediate rewards that we're presented with. And so why is delayed gratification important, right? You might be asking yourself, okay, so if it's not really guaranteed for me, I can indulge in the things that benefit me in that moment and receive that pleasure and satisfaction right away, as well as maybe even hit those goals that I want to. Why is delayed gratification important? Well, delayed gratification is linked to your impulse control. And what that means is that if you have high impulse control, you'll usually be better at delaying gratification in your life. So, going back to the marshmallow experiment, when the researchers followed these kids, they found that the kids who were able to delay their gratification, right, the ones who were able to wait for the researcher to return and receive 2 snacks instead of just eating the one they were initially offered, they often performed better academically, were healthier, responded better to stress, had fewer substance abuse issues, and demonstrated better social skills in their life. And it's kind of interesting to see how this kind of encompasses pretty much all areas of life, right? It talks about your academics, it talks about your health, it encompasses social skills and how those things, how they can impact your career when you're an adult. Like, just realizing that increasing your impulse control and being able to delay gratification can actually set you up for success in the future. And that's why delayed gratification is important in life. And so you might be sitting there like, okay, well, I know I don't have good impulse control. I know that I like instant gratification more than delayed gratification, and I often indulge more in instant gratification. How can I improve my impulse control and improve my ability to delay gratification? The biggest thing is trust. Like, that's the biggest thing that they have found in other experiments. Other researchers did a similar experiment with the marshmallows, but they had some kids who were told, when I get back, if you don't eat this, then I will give you 2, and the researcher would come back and they would give them 2. And then they had other kids who they said, when I come back, I'll give you 2 if you wait to eat it, and they come back and they don't actually give them 2. And that kind of just demonstrated that the kids who weren't able to trust the researchers were more likely to indulge in the instant gratification and eat the snack right away because they weren't going to be guaranteed that second snack, right? So it's really, really important to have trust in your abilities to achieve your goals, right? That is critical to increasing your impulse control and being able to delay gratification. Because if you don't trust that you can achieve your goals, then you're going to be like, okay, well, I probably won't achieve that goal. I won't make it. So it doesn't matter if I do this now, right? I'm going to go back to the losing weight example because it's a really easy example to use. If you don't believe that you can reach your goal, maybe you want to lose 20 pounds. If you don't believe you can reach your goal of losing 20 pounds, then you might be like, okay, well, I probably won't reach this goal anyway, so I don't need to work out today. Or I probably won't reach this goal, so let me eat half a tub of ice cream, or whatever it may be, right? If you don't have faith, if you don't have trust, and if you don't believe in yourself and your ability to achieve your goals, then you're not going to have the motivation to go after them and to delay the gratification and see the larger reward at the end. Another big thing with being able to delay gratification is to set realistic time frames for your goals and have mini goals. I'm going to use the weight loss example again, right? So say you want to lose 20 pounds. You're not going to lose 20 pounds in 1 month, more than likely. There are some people who probably have done that, and I'm not going to discredit them, but more than likely, you're not going to be able to lose 20 pounds in 1 month. It's not a realistic goal. That's 5 pounds a week, and they recommend 1, maybe 2 pounds of weight loss a week to be at a healthy weight loss progression. So if you set that goal of losing those 20 pounds all in 1 month, you're not going to see the result after 1 month, and you're going to be disappointed, and you're going to think, oh, I can't do this, so it doesn't matter, and you're going to lose faith in yourself. Whereas if you set the goal of, okay, I want to lose 5 pounds a month. Okay, so you have to lose just a little bit more than 1 pound every week. And after 1 month, you lose 5 pounds. You see that result and you're like, oh my gosh, I've done this. I've hit that mini goal. I'm so excited to hit my next mini goal of losing 5 pounds or a total of 10 pounds in the 2 months, right? And so you hit your next goal, and then you hit your next goal, and you hit your next goal, and then you've lost the full 20 pounds, and you've set a realistic time frame for you to be able to do that. And you were able to stay motivated throughout in order to achieve that and delay the your gratification in some areas, like, okay, maybe I'm not going to go out to this restaurant with my friends one night because I know that there's nothing there that will help me hit my calorie goal, or something along those lines. Or like maybe you're not motivated to work out one day and you're like, oh, well, I have this little goal. I gotta lose 5 pounds by the end of this month. I gotta do it, right? I did it last month. I can do it this month. And so you're gonna push yourself to go work out even though you didn't want to. So having these realistic time frames and setting mini goals lets you see results early on and allows you to stay motivated and become more motivated in achieving your goals and delaying the gratification of some of the things you may want now that won't help you achieve your long-term goal, right? So thank you so much for listening to this week's episode of the Heart of a Perfectionist podcast. If you enjoyed this episode or if you learned anything new, please go share with a friend. And as always, have a good weekend, and I look forward to seeing you guys again next week on the Heart of a Perfectionist podcast. Wow.